Empire do the same, colonial empire, but the other side of the world. I hear no reaction at all. People are puzzled. Okay, your biology is good, your geography not so good. Not yet. Anyway, I want to hear a big cheer and a big round of applause before I bring on stage our next performer. He's a very funny man, great producer of comedy, and he is Mexican, which may or may not give information away. Put your hands together for José Moreno!
Hi, hello everyone. Give it up for your host, Carmine. One round of applause for Carmine, please. Great show. Wow, there's a lot of people here. That's amazing. Thank you very much for being here. It's good seeing all of you. It's good seeing all of you alive. It was a tough year. We're getting through it. We're almost there. As a Mexican, I gotta say that I'm really sorry about Corona. The beer, not the virus. We had nothing to do with the virus, but apparently China did. Apparently China had something to do with the virus. I don't know, but if they did, I think they're very proud because they finally invented something that lasts. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed and will never be the same after this, of course. I mean, for example, who would have thought that the worst thing you can do now in a crowd is not farting but coughing? That's the worst thing you can do. Some people are saying that it might get worse. I don't see how. I really don't see how. The 2021 has to be much better. Because how can it get worse? Really, I don't see how. Like with a new virus? And what kind of virus could be really worse than this? I mean, the only thing I can imagine is the news flash going one day like, Newsflash, we got a news flash for you. There's a new virus coming in, and this virus is called El Diablo. This virus gets transmitted by people looking to you in the eye. That's correct. When they look to you in the eye, you get it. And 1 week later, you die. Other symptoms may include, for men, bursting into flames, and for women, giving birth to demons. Back to you, Dory. Yes, if you find someone who is bursting into flames, you have two options. You can either put him off, or you can just let him burn because he's gonna die anyway, so you might as well let him die. But don't look him in the eye, in which case, if you looked him in the eye, go and hug him so you will burst into flames as well, and you will die as well. So that's the only way that I imagine that it could be a worse virus. But truth be told, I had a good year, not economically, but romantically. I had a girlfriend during the first wave of quarantine. That was good because loneliness can get really, really tough. I had a girlfriend during quarantine. We matched on Tinder. And the only reason that we matched is she told me that we matched because all the dating apps were empty because all of the men had to be at home with their wives. Honest girl, I liked her. That made me wonder about, I mean, in the end, she wanted me to stop drinking and smoking, so she was obviously a bad influence on me, so I had to let her go. But that made me wonder about relationships and why do they fail. And I had a lot of time to think about it, and I think I've come with an answer. I'm going to share the wisdom with you, so pay attention. I think we're doing things wrong from the beginning. Think about it. When you meet someone that's your potential partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, there's only two things you either do. You're either introducing yourself because you want to meet this person, or you're going on a first date, right? So you can either go one, hi, I'm Jose, right, when you're introducing. That's wrong from the start. What I do now when I meet a woman, I go, hi, I'm sorry. And if she goes, why? I go like, I don't know, but it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. I'm just paying in advance, consider it a security deposit. And the second thing that we do wrong is that we say something along the lines of, "Hi, how are you?" Well, that's also wrong. We should say, "Hi, so how fucked up are you?" And we should we should be carrying a fucking book written by us that says all the different ways that we are fucked up. So that if by the end of the date you do like that person, you go like, "Hey, you like this? You wanna fuck this? You wanna have this in your life? Here, read this shit first." I think that is the best gift that you can give to anyone. If you want to be in a relationship, you need to have a lot of self-awareness. Because we go into relationships over and over again without any self-awareness. And, after like 5 or 6 or 7, 8, we go like, "Oh, I think this is gonna be fine," without any fucking, without caring about the 2,500 that we had before. So I think it's the best thing that you can give to your future girlfriend, boyfriend. Give them your user's manual, the terms of agreement, the conditions, and that should save you a lot of trouble. I know how fucked up I am. You want to know how fucked up I am? Yeah? Well, let me put it this way. I have a Mexican mom. So that's how fucked up I am. Let me tell you something. In Mexico, we men, we don't go to military because we have Mexican moms. If you have a Mexican mom, your whole life, your whole childhood at least, is a training exercise. You're constantly, don't get me wrong, she was kind of progressive because she would never hit me. And I say kinda because she would never hit me, but she was totally okay with throwing shit at me, like ashtrays and sandals and shit. It's true. I grew up, running to my room, dodging shit. I was an agile kid, and but the real damage, to be honest, came. She didn't only throw physical stuff at me, but she was throwing all the time this passive aggressive shit. That's where the real damage came. Like, for example, let me tell you an example. One day we were having lunch and there was some soup and I didn't like it, and so I said, "Mom, I don't want any more soup." So she said, "Well, one day I'm gonna die, and on that day you're gonna wish you have had some soup." I was like, "Whoa, Jesus fuck. Give me that fucking soup right now. I'm 5. What's wrong with you?" It's like she had all the power. She had all the power in the house. She had so more power. She had so much power in the house that I had to run away when I was 17 just to keep being a man. Of course, my dad was smarter. He left when I was 5. People ask me about true Mexican traditions, and right there's 2 of them. Running away from your mom when you are 17, and abandoning your wife and kids when you have had enough. We keep them religiously, generation after generation, very unknown Mexican traditions. Another tradition that people are crazy about, it's the Day of the Dead. I don't know if have you guys, give me a shout if you know about the Day of the Dead, El Día de los Muertos. Yeah, great. Yeah, people get too excited about that shit. I don't know why. You're getting it totally wrong. Let me tell you, you're getting it wrong. I don't know what you've been sold, but it's people go like, "Oh my God, oh, look at all the colors, and and you paint your faces, and you wear disguises, and all the party." And I'm like, we celebrate death, motherfucker. Like, we celebrate the emptiness and the void and the darkness of the universe. There's nothing funny about that. And then they get it, and they go like, "Oh my God, why do you celebrate such a grim thing?" And I go, "Well, let me put it this way. Have you ever been to a wedding? You celebrate marriage, right? So there you go. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I've been living in Europe for 4 years. Right now I'm in Mexico. It's fun being in Mexico. It's really happy to be in Mexico. It's also it's really easy to be happy in Mexico. It's also really easy to be fat. That's why I have to go back. My hometown is very Catholic, and today I was walking down the street and I saw a place that was called Encounters with the Holy Spirit. And I understood that that's how we call here fertility clinics. But it's also nice to be in Europe. Being in Europe as a Mexican, it's a lot of fun until it's not. Because 5 years ago, I can imagine that being a Mexican abroad, it was all like, oh, Mexico, tequila. And now it's more like, oh, Mexico, hey man, do you have any drugs? So that's my life and that's my time. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. And welcome back, Hermini, to the microphone.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jose. Thank you very much. Now I know why Jose and I get along so well. We had very similar